EDF and EDF Action are really excited to be able to host this event today. We're a proud partner with local Iowa leaders to talk about these critical environmental issues that are affecting Iowans every day and that are really affecting everyone in our country.
Really, the most important thing that we need to be addressing is our environment and our climate issues in this country and how they're in this world and how they're tied together with so many other things, whether it's food for people, economic opportunity, certainly the causes of war in parts of our world. When we think about how important it is to address our environment, we've got to be thinking about all of those causal relationships that it has as well.
What are your thoughts about how we can best rebuild after this pandemic so that we're environmentally sustainable and we can mitigate some of the storm severity that caused the flooding last year?
I'm so excited to see this Transportation and Infrastructure Committee bill coming to the floor. $2 billion for energy retrofits, $17 billion for local government's efficiency and making sure that those conservation practices are put in place. So I think first and foremost, getting this bill passed out of the House and then hopefully through the Senate, putting people back to work is going to be one of the most important ways that we recover from our economy. But putting people back to work in a way that actually benefits our country with renewable energy, with transportation. This is an opportunity for people to get reskilled, to get re-upped in a new capacity that can actually help us address these climate issues and environmental issues. This is opening up a discussion for us within the healthcare framework as well, where we can really push the agenda of addressing environmental issues related to people's health.
What are your thoughts about rebuilding our economy in a way that promotes energy efficiency and conservation projects? And what kinds of solutions are you excited about supporting?
One of the solutions that I hope we can get to move forward and actually get written into law, which is one of the bills that I was on, is our National Climate Bank Act, that puts opportunity out there to have $1 trillion of total investment through leveraging of that funding. And so what we're trying to do is make sure that we're growing the economy by creating businesses that address environmental issues and giving them the funding and the leverage to use that money to move that agenda forward. We could open up a lot of jobs in clean manufacturing to develop more machinery that can be used on our farms that will allow us to sequester carbon, that can allow us to capture carbon, and maybe possibly take it back to a facility where we can convert it to energy if it's excess carbon that we don't need in our soil.
As transportation is the largest source of greenhouse gas emission, what can we do to actually modernize our transportation infrastructure system?
We're looking at the House, obviously, to move towards clean energy economy by 2050. That means electric vehicles. I always want to be thoughtful about industries like what we have here, clean biofuels, and figuring out how we can make that part of our process. Urban sprawl is a big issue. Absolutely thinking about how we can make cities walkable and bikeable and safe. I think we've got so much opportunity to invest in high-speed rail. Finally, I would say, and I've worked on this at the state of Iowa, I'd love to see us put more effort into things that I call work hubs, where we have people, where we create sustainable buildings within different parts of our, different parts of our district where people aren't traveling that far. Maybe they're traveling 5 miles. Not only are they reducing their carbon footprint, but they're also keeping money in their own rural communities and their local communities, which is a benefit to our entire state and to keeping those communities alive. We can incorporate environmentalism into almost anything that we look at because it's the underlying pin of so much of the issues that we see in this country.